27 on that. You guys see a 27 on that? I'll show you right here. Here is the 27 right here. That would be the esophagus coming down. Then that would be your cardiac sphincter right there coming into the stomach, which when you come in right here, here's the cardiac sphincter. I am sorry, that is so blurry. Cardiac sphincter, which I'm probably going to test you on these stomachs right here, because the stomach on the model doesn't open and doesn't have as many things to test on. So right here, whoa, now we got to go white again. This would be the esophagus. This would be the cardiac sphincter here, coming up down from the esophagus. Okay, skip the liver and the gallbladder, and we'll go to the stomach and do that first since it's right here. The fundus is this region right here or this region right here. Okay, these are backwards. This one's backwards from this one. But the fundus is that great big tall portion right by the esophagus. So that's the fundus. Obviously, this is the greater curvature out here, and this is the lesser curvature here on this guy. The cardiac sphincter, I already said, is right here coming off the esophagus. The pyloric sphincter. The pyloric sphincter is going to be probably 24 right here. Okay, this is going to be the pyloric antrum. Let me look at this one here. Pyloric antrum, pyloric canal, and then your pyloric sphincter. This is completely the opposite direction, but pyloric antrum, pyloric canal, pyloric sphincter. And then this right here is going to be your duodenum. You can tell by the circular folds. That's how you can tell that's the beginning of the duodenum. All right, and then the rugae are just the bumpy portions on the inside of the stomach itself. Same thing with the bladder. On the inside of the bladder, you had your rugae. You have them also on the inside of the stomach here. The musculature, you have longitudinal and circular as far as the stomach goes. I'm not going to go into that, but you can see it here. You have longitudinal and circular. It's something I won't be able to ask in lab because it would be too hard to actually differentiate. But definitely the main points on this guy. The cardiac sphincter, the pyloric sphincter, greater curvature, lesser curvature, the rugae, fundus, all those things you definitely need to know. And they're on this guy right here. Now, common hepatic, let's go back to the liver. Hand me a liver, somebody. Can I have your liver? Here is a liver from the model. Here's your liver, here's your right lobe, here's your left lobe. This is your falciform ligament right here. Okay, when you turn this over, this is the gallbladder. Okay, these two right here are your left and right hepatic ducts. This is your cystic duct, and it's going down to your common bile duct. Put it more like that, how it's supposed to go. Let me show you a picture here. Perfect. Okay, when you have your liver here, it is just like your hand. You have a left and right hepatic duct. That is left and right liver. You have your cystic duct right here that goes to the gallbladder. Right there. Comes out and goes to the cystic duct. This is the common bile duct. It comes down and comes here into the duodenum, right here at the good old hepatopancreatic ampulla and sphincter right here. Right, so you have your gallbladder, which is your cystic duct, your left, where's my light? Your left and right hepatic, and they all come down to form the common bile duct. So your left and right hepatic in the liver, cystic duct in the gallbladder, and then they come down for the common bile duct. And they enter or open up into the duodenum. Right there on the hepatopancreatic ampulla and sphincter right there. Okay, so that's your liver. Gallbladder obviously is the green organ right here on the bottom side of the liver. And then the cystic duct is just the duct that's coming directly off the gallbladder. On this guy, the cystic duct would be this guy right here. Okay? It's going down to the common. But this is the cystic duct right here, coming directly off the gallbladder. Someone give me a pancreas. There's a big pancreas in here somewhere. There's a big pancreas. Okay, here's a big pancreas. These are blood vessels, all right? We're going to turn this over. Here is the tail, here is the head. Here is a green, if it's green, then it has to do with bile. So this right here is the common bile duct, which goes right through here. So let's see, these are all backwards. See how the common bile duct goes through the pancreas? Goes through the pancreas and comes through here. Turn it this way. There we go. Now we're matching up. Here is the common bile duct here. This right here is the main pancreatic duct. Here's the main pancreatic duct. This is the tail of the pancreas. This is the head of the pancreas. So you've got your main pancreatic duct that comes down here, and your common bile duct, which comes down here, and they both feed into the duodenum right here at the hepatopancreatic ampulla and sphincter, right here. Okay? On your models, if you look in your model, you take off the stomach and the liver and you leave the bowel in there. Take off the liver, get the tummy out of here, get the stomach out. I don't want to rip it out. You can see the pancreas in there, and this is the duodenum right here. Okay, so you'll see the pancreas. And the little alignment will be your pancreatic duct right down the middle of the pancreas, right there. And there's your duodenum right there. And then if you put your liver back up there, you'll see the gallbladder. And they all feed in right there to the very beginning of the duodenum right here. They all feed in right here. So when you understand the head and the tail of the pancreas, it's quite easy. The tail is the long portion and the head is the bigger, curved portion. All right, the duodenum is a very short portion of bowel. It is part of the small intestines. It's one of the shorter portions. We have the duodenum, the jejunum, and then the ileum. The duodenum, the first thing you need to know is the hepatopancreatic ampulla and sphincter, which is this one, which feeds from the pancreas, and actually the liver and the gallbladder. Comes down here and feeds right in here. Then you have your circular folds, which are all the circles in there. Remember, because this increases the surface area. And then you have your villi and your microvilli, which also increase the surface area that you can't really see because they're so small. But you know you're in the duodenum when you see the circular folds. Okay, especially on the stomach portion, you know that's the duodenum. All right, let me see a big mass of bowel. Hand me that big chunk of bowel right there. Okay, this right here is your small intestines and your large intestines. Okay, the first portion of your small intestine is going to be your duodenum, which you can't really differentiate between that, but it's going to be this first portion right here. Okay? Then the next portion is going to be the jejunum on this side, and then the ileum on this side. So you've got your duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. And the way you remember that is down here on this portion, and look at the bowel on your model now. You will have an ileocecal, let me make sure I find that page. There we go. You will have an ileocecal valve. Look at the valve on your model. There should be a little flap that can come undone.